Leah's story, based on Acts chapter 2, 42 to 47. Many stories in the Bible do not tell us some of the characters' names. While we can't know their names, it can be fun when retelling their stories to give them names. No one wants to be nameless. This is called Leah's story. My name is Leah. You've met me in a story that is written in the Gospel of Luke, but I'm not named. Jesus' remarkable preaching style, parables that made listeners think about their lives and choices, hopes and fears, were based on Jesus' observation. He noticed what happened around him and would tell people stories, so a deep theological truth made sense to ordinary folk. I'm still in touch with Obed Bar David, better known as the elder brother, to that spoiled son who treated their father like he was already in the grave and spent all his money gambling. Then there's Joanna. Jesus met her one night on a Jerusalem street with an empty lamp walking home to her parents, all dressed up and no party. Actually, sitting across the temple courts right now is Jacob, a nice person from Samaria who rescued Zach from bandits' pass on the Jericho road and paid the innkeeper until he was healed. Do you know Zach and his parents, when they came for him, wouldn't even sit at the table with Jacob? He's more than a nice Samaritan, he's a good one. Can you guess which parable was based on a story in my life? I bet you can't. I was honored and happy that this amazing teacher and healer used me and my room to tell about God. After that, we didn't see much of Jesus, not up in Capernaum. We heard he was getting in trouble with the authorities, and then he was arrested. It sounded like a trumped up charge, but the Roman court system decides things overnight. My husband and I did not hear Jesus was crucified until we also heard the rumors that God raised him from the dead. Well, when that news got to us, Sam and I packed up and started walking. Neither one of us doubted for a minute that it was true. Jesus was like that. It's 127 kilometers or 79 miles. The news came slow, and as Sam and I are on the older side, we went even slower, but we wanted to be part of Jesus' new community. We arrived the day before Pentecost and slept at an inn on the outskirts. When we came into the city the next morning, we heard Peter preaching and were baptized with 3,000 others, some like Sam and me who knew the teacher, but many who had never heard Jesus' story until that day. Since that time, we have been the community. It's wonderful and it's difficult. Eating together is wonderful, both the holy breaking of bread that remembers Jesus' last Passover and simple breakfast shared. There are prayers and wonders. The disciples heal and perform amazing deeds. They all preach and more people join us. Did I mention the singing? It's like hearts inside out. The difficult part? We decided, as Jesus' followers, to pool our financial resources, everything we have. No one is rich or poor. Everyone is sheltered and fed. Sam sold the house to a neighbor so her daughter and son-in-law could live nearby. We had a few other things. It was just, well, you see, I had these 10 silver coins, and they were special. I lost one once, and I lit all the lamps in the house and swept everywhere. And when I found it, I cooked and baked and invited everyone to a party. Jesus had been preaching nearby, and I invited him. So these coins, and especially the one that was lost, were precious to me. But maybe the reason I found it was so I could share it.